Hello everyone, it's STVO from Cosplay here, letting you know about my Monday Night Raw Thunderdome experience, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to be in the crowd before the show even starts and even during the show. I'm going to give you some tips and from my experience on how the show went, and also going to just kind of let you know how more likely you're going to be on the camera rather than not. So starting off, let's talk about how you actually get a ticket, if you will, or get a email link to get into the Thunderdome on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, or a live pay-per-view for that matter. So just before we start, if you haven't already, please be sure to like to the Too Sweet Cosplay YouTube channel, give it a subscribe. And also click the bell for notifications if you haven't done so already. But let's begin. So starting off, you're going to have to go to the WWE Thunderdome website. So it's www.wwethunderdome.com, and they'll sometimes have like notifications on Facebook or Twitter on how to get that. You can also use a website. It's called Trackly. I could try to get a little more details in there. A friend of mine gave me a link, so it does give you some notifications through email. If you've ever been to an advanced movie screening through a site such as gofobo.com, for example, you have to be on these things quick. The second they go up, they will go fast. You need to act on that and just register yourself as fast as you can. So if you get emails notifying when there's updates on the website, or you can even do that for the Twitter or Facebook pages, whatever you will, that will let you know when these Thunderdome things come up. Try to set alerts to your phone or to your computer or whatever you will, so you know right away. But anyways, when you go to Trackly, you should be able to actually get changes of how the website does work. So look up Trackly. I'll include a link into the description of this video, and that will help you there. Anyways, after you're done registering, it should say that congratulations, we will send you a confirmation link through email. WWE's Thunderdome website will send you a link the day you do register. So then you would just have to go look that up, and they'll give you a call time. For example, tonight for Monday Night Raw, my call time was 7 p.m. Eastern. I live in Chicago, so it was 6 p.m. Central. It does vary. I know other people got later emails, so you may not be on the show right away. They may put you on the show a little bit later on, and that's kind of how that works out. So because I was called before Monday Night Raw even started, they did a program called, WWE Main Event. I think most of you may know of that program, but I know it's not on regular television anymore. It's either on WWE Network or Hulu. Some of the international channels may have that show still, but I can't really tell you what channels that program's on. But they'll record roughly 2 matches, maybe 3. They only did 2 tonight. The matches were Humberto Carrillo versus Akira Tozawa, and then they actually had Ricochet versus Ali, Mustafa Ali, mind you, on WWE Main Event. This is where the problem lies. I'll kind of get into it. So, like I mentioned, my call time was 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. However, I did click on the link 1 minute before. I've heard people say they have issues sometimes clicking at it on time, or even after the Thunderdome will give you a warning saying, "Oh, we're very sorry, the Thunderdome is closed for the evening. We are at full capacity. Please try again for a future event." And they say do not refresh the page, but please don't listen to that, because that simply isn't true. You can easily do that. So what I would do, if you really want it on your laptop, which is a method I will recommend instead, if you wish to have it on your laptop, which is recommended, what you will need to do is just just refresh the link if it says, it's not working. Just keep doing it till it says, it'll say like you're in a waiting room. This is also similar to comic book conventions. Like for New York Comic Con, they said not to refresh the page. However, I was able to get into a New York Comic Con. This was back in 2014, just because I refreshed the pages because they were claiming it was out, or I was waiting roughly 5 to 10 minutes and no updates were happening. You don't do it right away, but I would just recommend refreshing it. You should see something say click enter in order to do so. And here's an image that will show you what it should look like when you're about to enter the Thunderdome. But yeah, so if you're okay doing it on your phone, also, be sure to have yourself in landscape mode. They'll put a big emphasis on that if you're using your phone. Make sure it's in landscape mode, not portrait. But anyways, you will see this following screen showing you that you're entering the Thunderdome. So then after that, you're gonna have to make sure your webcam, your microphone are both working. You're in a good centered position where there's only a little space of wall or background above your head. You should be in the center foreground, and they will get you onto the show. Make sure you do that. I did get kicked out the first time with that. I did have success getting it on my laptop, but for whatever weird reason it said, hey, you are, thank you for partaking in the Thunderdome. This is the end of your session. And I didn't even get to watch main event on the laptop, so that's where I just went into my email on my phone, and I just clicked the link to enter, and I did a few refreshes, and eventually I did get the click enter link. So then I just entered through my phone. It takes you, I use an iPhone, mind you. I can't tell you much about how it would work on an Android or any other phone, but through a iPhone, what happens, it'll take you to the site through Safari. Again, make sure it's in landscape mode. I was able to enter. However, I finally joined in for WWE main event during the Akira Tozawa versus Humberto match, and I didn't see any video. You are supposed to see video. I did see this, like in this picture, for example, a picture of myself in the bottom left-hand corner, and I just never got the audio. For the longest time, I wasn't able to get audio for that experience. So, I mean, I wasn't able to get video for that experience. I only had audio, so that's pretty much where I stood. It was almost like I was listening to the radio in the car, just driving and listening to a baseball game or something. But from there, it was okay. I was able to at least hear it. And you'll hear some producers tell you, hey guys, it's time to make noise for the audience. And in between the two main event matches and before, they played random rap music. Some stuff I was surprised they played because they talked about like sex and things like that. And this is a PG rated show geared towards kids, so I thought it was funny. Some of the music was a little raunchier, but I'm an adult, so I don't really care. But yeah, so anyways, they do music in between, so it's almost like if you've ever been to a WWE live event. This is very similar. They'll have like random music playing in between the events, and they record for WWE main event before the main show starts. Now, getting into the main show, yeah, they will encourage you to, make noise, do hand gestures, like do thumbs up, thumbs downs, things like that, just to get yourself some attention to the TV. And from there, I was actually in the opening as examined here in this photo. So like when they're doing the shot of the arena, I was actually in the bottom left-hand corner, which I've been to various wrestling tapings, but I've actually never been featured in that. So thank you, Thunderdome, for that. I didn't even have to pay for that. So that's the beauty of this Thunderdome experiment. You can go see yourself on TV for free. But so eventually during the show, I was able to get the video as these photos display, and of course I'm blocking my face in the camera because I was adjusting something, and you're able to see yourself into the picture. You're supposed to be able to see the match ahead. I think it's anywhere from almost like 1 to 2 minutes ahead, or yeah, I would say closer to the 1 minute range ahead of the action that you see on the USA Network. It's pretty weird, and like not seeing a video of the action, I just was trying to cheer and make facial expressions and hand waves during the program without being able to see the video, so it was kind of a pain in the ass, if you will. But I was glad that eventually it did come up. So because I was recording a video and also just wanted to brag, hey, I'm in the Thunderdome. I did grab my tablet to take a photo of the TV, and so I was like featured for a while in the foreground, but then I got downgraded as shown in these photos to a lower position. But you know, if you adjust the camera right, if you're in the front row but you know near the barricade, you could still get yourself to be present in TV. For a while it might be half your face, it might only be your hair showing, but if you angle it correctly, you should be able to get yourself onto TV through that. It's just a little tougher versus being you know, in the forefront center of the Thunderdome. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would have to say about that. Just in order to get yourself more on TV, you have to be active, you have to be screaming. Now mind you, of course, if you live in an apartment or you have family or roommates or anybody that might be sleeping during these times, do be respectful. I don't think you have to fully yell, but if you're like shaking your hands and you're just saying, yeah, go Drew, go Randy, anything like that, you should be able to get yourself on TV. You just have to look excited, not be exiting the area for a while. I am aware that WWE is booting people who are eating food and drinking on the camera. They did say something about like non-WWE logos. I did see someone with a Marvel t-shirt present on tonight's show, so I'm not sure how strict that rule is. I'm sure if you're wearing like an AEW or Ring of Honor or New Japan t-shirt, maybe they won't feature you as much. But pretty much what I think ended my session was because I did have a tablet where I'm trying to take a photo of myself on TV just for more photos for this video in particular. That's what I think ultimately ended my session, which that's fine. It can be a little tiring. That's the only complaint I do have. I mean, it's almost like I said, it's like attending a live show in the arena, but of course we're in a pandemic, so that means you just have to kind of just sit down and do it from your own home. But it is far more controlled. They tell you when to cheer, when to do that. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I've heard like some people say where they're like, okay, boo this guy, cheer this guy. They didn't go that bad on the session I was on. Also, another cool thing is they do have like wrestlers talk to you saying, hey, thank you for watching and cheering and booing. We appreciate your ambiance for the show. They had Ali stop and do that. They had the Street Profits do so as well. So they kind of like do little things to just keep you motivated throughout the show. So it's definitely an experience that I'd recommend you try to do at least once. I'm not opposed to doing it again myself. I'm not in a big rush to go back onto the Thunderdome myself. But yeah, just definitely if you do want to be on the show, be alert on when the links go out for being able to go on the show. Make sure you're in a quiet area, in an area where there's not too much going on, or this is during a day where you're not working, not have to do anything that require you to get up and go multiple times. If you have a DVR, just record the program and try to take the photos later if you want to screenshot and brag. You should be able to screenshot on your phone without any issues, however, but they do warn you not to put your thumbs or hands in front of the camera because that will risk you being removed a little earlier from the show. So just keep those in mind. But yeah, those are pretty much my tips and tricks for the WWE Thunderdome. Overall, I give it a pretty positive feel. I'm glad that WWE is trying something a little different rather than having an empty arena with no cheers. Or I did enjoy the Performance Center people that were part of the crowd. I thought that was entertaining, but it's nice that they're actually giving outsiders and not people that have to right away say things. But I mean, obviously, if you're trying to do something bad, like put negative imagery on the TV or anything that's blocking your camera too long, you will be removed from the Thunderdome. Or if you're getting up and leaving the area for too long, they will more than likely boot you from that. But that's pretty much my Thunderdome experience for Monday Night Raw as of August 31st, 2020. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Subscribe to the Too Sweet Cosplay YouTube channel, and also be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Too Sweet Cosplay. Did you go to the Thunderdome yourself? Have you been? What were your thoughts and what were your experiences? Did you enjoy it? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you have a great evening.